Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today we will understand one of the C program, and program is we have to find whether a given number is even or odd. So let's see what actually we want. So I want actually this type of output. I should be asked a number, that enter the number. So let's say I enter 10. So as you know 10 is an even number. So I should be told that 10 is an even number in the output. If I entered 57, so 57 is actually odd number. So I should be told 57 is odd number. So basically I will be giving any positive number or positive integer number as the input. And then I should be told that this is even number or whether this number is odd number. So let's see how we will test whether a number is even or odd. So you know these are the even numbers 0, 2, 4 and so on. And odd numbers are 1, 3, 5 and so on. So we have to take any property of even or odd number so that we can use that property in our C program. So you have studied in maths that even numbers are completely divisible by 2 and odd numbers, they are not completely divisible by 2. So what does it mean? Even number, when they are divided by 2, they give me 0 as the remainder. And odd number, when they are divided by 2, they give me 1 as the remainder. Or you can say they will not give me 0 as the remainder. So I will use this property of even and odd number in my C program. So let's say I want to test 6, whether it is an even or odd number. So see, if I divide this by 2, then 2 3 is 6 and I will get 0 as the remainder. So that means 6 is an even number. And let's say I take odd number, say 9. Now if I divide it by 2, so I will say 2 4 is 8, I will get 1 as the remainder. So that means 9 is odd number. Even if you take any other odd number, let's say 11, and you divide it by 2, so 2 5s are 10, you will get 1 as the remainder. Always you will get 1 as the remainder. And even case, you will get, and in the case of even number, you will get 0 as the remainder when it is divided by 2. So we will use this approach in our program. So let's see the flowchart for this. So I will take a number which I want to test whether it is an even or odd number. Then I will use that property of even and odd number, and then based on that property I will say whether n is even or that number is odd. So what I am doing is, because so as you know this number can be even or odd, so that means I have two ways, whether I can go to this path or I can go to this path. So I have to decide where should I go. So this condition will help me to decide whether I should go to yes or whether I should go to no. So I will use if else in my C program. So if you are not familiar with if and else statement, you can check my playlist of the C programming videos. So you can find that link in the description below or in the iCard button also. So what this condition is actually doing, let's understand with the help of example. For example, my n is 6 and you know 6 is even number. So I should go to this path, this yes path. So this is 6. So if I divide it by 2, I am getting 0 as the remainder. So this n mod 2, it means I am dividing 6 by 2. So 6 by 2 will be 0. Now the output that I am getting from n mod 2 is 0. And I'm checking whether this 0 is equal to this 0. So this condition is true now. So that means I will go to this yes path and I will say print even number and stop. Now let's take another number, let's say 11, and 11 is an odd number. So see, 11 by 2, I'm getting 1 as the remainder. So if I divide n by 2, that is 11 by 2, I will get 1. So here I will get 1. Now whether this output is equal to this 0, I will say no. That means this is not giving me 0 as the remainder. So 1 is equal 0. This condition is false. False means I will go to no path and I will say this is actually odd number and I will stop. So this way my logic will work. So now let's see how I will write the C program for this question. So here I have written the basic structure of the C program. I have included the header file stdio.h, that is standard input output header file, because I want to use scanf and printf in my C program. Then I have written the int main. So let's see how we will write the program. So first we will take the input from the user and then we have to do processing and then we have to print the output. Now we can take the input from the user using scanf, but where my number will be stored? So for that I have to take a integer number. So I will take integer n. So n variable will store my data from the user. Now I will print a message to the user first that please enter a number. So I will say print enter the number. Now I will take data from the user as input. So I will say %d m% of n. So my input will go inside n. Now I have taken the input from the user. Now I will check whether this number is even or odd. So I will say if n mod 2 equal 0, then I will say yes, printf it is even number. And when this if condition is false, then I will come to the else and I will say that my number is odd. So I will say odd number. So you can see that I am processing also and I am printing the output also. So that means this output is not needed actually. So I can remove this output from here. Now first run this program. So it is asking me any number. So I entered, let's say 4. 4 is even number. So it is saying 4 is even number. Now let's enter another number. So let's say I entered 7. 7 is odd number. So it is saying 7 is odd number. And if I enter 0, say if I enter 0, so you know 0 is even number, because 0 if divided by 2 gives me 0 as the remainder. So see, it is saying 0 is a even number. Now I want to print the message as 0 is even number or 7 is odd number. So for that what I will do is I will say %d is even number. And how this %d will get its value? So I will say n. So value from n will come in place of %d and it will print it here. So for example, n is 7, so it will say 7 is even number. And likewise, I can print here also. So now let's run the program again. And let's say I enter 12. 12 is even number. So it is saying 12 is even number. And if I enter any other number, say 23, 23 is odd number. So 23 is odd number. Now my output is more readable. Now in place of this n, you can also use else if. For example, you can write else if n mod 2 not equal 0. So what does it mean? It means, let's say n is 6. So 6 mod 2 is 0. 0 equal 0. %d is even number. That means 6 is even number and I will come to this return 0. But if let's say 7 is there, so n is 7, so it will say 7 mod 2 is 0. It is not, because 7 mod 2 is 1. So 1 equal to 0 is false. It will come to else if. And here again it will do 7 mod 2. 7 mod 2 is 1. So 1 is not equal to 0. It is yes. So it is saying 7 is odd number. That means if you write else if, then it will again check the condition and then only it will come inside else if. So this program will work fine, but thing is, like as you know, when if it's false, then I will have to come to the else and I have to print the odd number, because number can be even or odd. It cannot be like the number is neither even and nor odd. So what I can do is, if I just remove this condition, then it is better. Why it is better? Performance wise it is better, because I need not to check the condition again in else if. I will just go to the else part. And another thing is, in place of else, for example, if you write else if n mod 2 equal 1, then also this program will work fine, because this condition also means that if n mod 2 is giving me 1 as the remainder, then that number is odd number. So anything is fine. It depends on your logic, how you are writing the program. So let's see whether it is working. So let's say I enter 23. So 23 is odd number. Let's say if I enter 0, so 0 is even number. That means this program is also working fine. And let's see if I just write not equal. So this will also work fine. See, if I enter 12, 12 is even number. And if I enter, let's say 80, or you can say 81, 81 is odd number. So 81 is odd number. So all the logics are working fine. So you can use any of the logic as you want. So I hope you have understood the approach and the solution of this program. So if you have any query or comment, please put down into the comment box. If you like the video, please subscribe the channel. See you in the next video. Goodbye.